Hey guys, how's it going? Well, we're back in the garage again working on scraps. Took a few days off. I was a little under the weather. I feel okay now, so let's just keep plugging along. Let's see what we can get done today. What I'm planning on doing, hopefully trying to get done, is I want to do the shifter linkage. I'll throw the cable in all the way up. I have a factory shifter right there. I'm going to throw a console in the car, just kind of keep it a little stock appearing. And what I think I might do, because I'm not going to jump on the bodywork just yet. I don't want to get this finished just yet, or even get started on it, I should say, because I have a few other things that I want to take care of, and it'll give me time on how I want to attack this right here. So, game plan for today, I guess, is put the shifter cable in, the linkage and everything like that. Even if I don't set the shifter handle, but everything will come up right there, so all I have to do is hook it up. This way I could set the carpet and then just trim around it and set the shifter lever, the shifter handle down, and then bolt it down to the floor. So something else I want to try to get done, I want to throw the carburetor on it, maybe put the radiator in it, just start buttoning up everything underneath here. You know, maybe put the heater core hoses in, things like that. So I'm just going to plug along, see what we can get done today, okay? Here we go. There we go. All right, guys, let me show you what I got done underneath there. It's kind of a universal bracket. They work fine, but you got to kind of make them work a little better. This is it right here. All right. Right here. Let's see. How can I show you this? Okay, here we go. This right here is on the shifter lever. All the way forward is park. And then I'll go back down through the gears. So this screws onto the side of the transmission over here. You see the bolt? And then you have these two brackets. There's one here, these two bolts right here, one there and one there. And here's a bracket that holds the cable. And here's a clip. You slide the cable in, it sits into a bigger hole. And then you take this clip and then you pop the clip on so it can't come back out. It's pretty simple. It's pretty kind of straightforward. Like I say all the time, these cars are like so simple. It's almost like, I'm not gonna say barbaric, but they're like so simple. You're like, wow. Sometimes simple's really the best way sometimes. And that's the cable right there. It comes up through the floor. If you see it down over in there, right there. There's a shifter. So I got that done. Like I say, I'm not gonna hook the shifter up because I want to set the carpet in, and when I set the carpet, then I can put the shifter on top. I can cut around and then set it right through the floor. So now I'm going to get started on really in here to see what we can get done. Here we go. All right, before I get started on this, I just want to show you something. 1969 Camaro with an 8-cylinder came with a mechanical linkage. This motor came out of a 71 Chevelle. This is for a cable. So I'm going to take this out, and here's the linkage right here. That's going to have it's going to have a rod that runs to the carburetor, and it's threaded, so you can adjust it. So I just wanted to show you, if you're wondering, like, why is Al taking that bracket out? I can't use that bracket. It's not for this application. So I just wanted to show you before I get started, before I put the carburetor on it and everything like that, because it's just easier to see right now. So, alrighty, enough babbling. Let's have some fun with this. I should have stayed in bed. It's actually quite comical, I gotta tell you. Just doesn't want to go in there. Why? I got it before. There we go. Oh, there we go. Oh. the hoses on, the heater core hoses. You know, it's funny. I'm a pretty quiet guy. I don't really talk that much, honestly. I guess sometimes when I talk, I don't shut up. But I gotta tell you something about these tools that I got and where I got them from. A few years back, a friend of mine said, "Hey, my buddy's got this car he's looking to get rid of. He's selling his house. He's looking to get rid of this car." I said, "All right, what is it?" He's like, "I don't know. It's a '68 Camaro." I said, "Okay." I said, "I'll check it out." You know, he's like, "Here's the guy's number." The guy's name was Vinny. So I call Vinny up. I go, "Vinny, how's it going? You know, I got your number from a friend of mine." And he's like, "Oh yeah." I said, I heard you got a car, but you're looking to get rid of it." He's like, "Well, I have a house that I used to rent. I used to rent the garage out to a mechanic, and the garage was probably 3 of these, and it went really deep." So I'm talking to the guy. He's like, "Yeah, I got these 2 cars I want to get rid of." I'm like, "2 cars?" He's like, "Yeah, I have a '68 Z28 and a '68 Rally Sport, but they're buried in there. And I'd really like to sell everything as one package, and you have to clean the place out." I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Come over and take a look at them. Tell me what you think." And I said, "All right, I'm going to take a run over there." So the next day I went over there, I took a look. I was like, "Oh my gosh." But what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this on Friday, because that's just a story in itself that I have to tell you. But as I'm sitting here using these tools, I'm like, a lot of these tools I had gotten from that garage, from that gentleman. The mechanic just left everything. He didn't even want anything. And so he left a lot of neat stuff, and I bought everything. I bought the whole garage, and I had to clean it out. But I'll show you Friday, because Friday I'm going to show you some of the cars that I painted. And don't hold it against me. I painted probably about 5 cars, maybe 4 cars in Rust-Oleum. And I'll show you how they came out. And if you do it right, they really don't look bad. And a lot of times I'm like, "Oh, how long is this going to last?" But I stumbled across a few of those cars that I had painted of guys selling them again, and they still look the same. They really didn't look bad. And I didn't tell him that I was the one who worked on the car. So, I just reached out to him. I'm like, "Well, how's the car and the paint and everything?" He's like, "The paint's not bad. It looks like a single stage. It's not bad. It hasn't, it's held up pretty good. It's, they didn't have a problem with it." I'm like, "All right, so there's the proof right there. I guess, you can paint them and they'll last." But I'll show you on Friday. So I just wanted to tell you that while it was fresh in my mind. Oh, there's something else I want to tell you too. All right, there was a gentleman that reached out to me. He's like, "Al, what did you use on your firewall? What kind of paint did you use?" And I use this right here. It's called Details Black. This, in my opinion, in my opinion, it probably works the best out of all the stuff that I've used. And you can really get, if you take your time, you get a nice show quality paint out of it. It lays on really nice. It's got a nice finish. So, this stuff right here, it works great. And I don't get paid for any of this stuff, all right? But if I find something that I use and I like and I think it's worth sharing, I share it. Nobody has to pay me anything to show you this right here. I think this works great. Other than that Oxido battery pack, jumper pack, they sent that to me. So I did a quick review on that. But any of the stuff that I find, if I find it's going to be helpful to any of you guys, I'm going to tell you. So I just wanted to stop, just talk to you about that, especially really where I got the tools. And now back to work. I just want to show you what I'm fighting with. This is a linkage for the throttle. There's a rubber gasket right in there. You got to put the rubber piece in and then slide this plastic piece in. That's what kind of holds it in place. So that's what I was fighting with there. So I figured, let me show you now before I hook it all up. So I'm going to actually finish hooking it up. I'm missing a cotter pin for the back. So I'm just going to drop a spring in there and let it hang there. This way it grabs my attention and I know I got to add it. Alrighty, here we go. This is great. Here we go. All right, guys, just stop it for a second. Let's cover what we did so far up top because I have to go down now and hook up the starter. So, carburetor's on. I had to change these brackets around. These were underneath the clips. These are, they're clips that clip onto this that hold the spark plug wires all the way back. So I'm gonna reuse those. I got the vacuum line in for the power brake booster. I got the throttle linkage in. Just a few things. I know I'm probably forgetting something, but oh, right here. This car has 3 grounds. There's a ground right here, and it comes across to the valve cover. There's another one. Here, let me show you. There's another one right here, right there, and it comes around over to the valve cover right there. You can see it down over there. So, I mean, the grounds are very important. I can't tell you how many times I've run into problems and it was really just the ground. So, that's pretty much what I got done up top over here. I'll hook the fuel line up too. Like I say, I'm sure there's going to be some things that I forgot. So, I want to show you what I got to do now underneath. You see this clip right here? That clip? The end of that, those are the starter wires. Now let me show you underneath. Oh. Okay. You see, let's see it. You see this bolt way back up in there? I don't know if you could see it. It's so hard for me to get in here. Let's see. Oh, there we go. I think. All right. Way up in here. Oh, no, you can't see it. Maybe. All right. You see there's a bolt way up in there. If I can get my hand in there. Right in there. There's a bolt. That's where that clip clips onto. Generally, it's nice to put the harness on the motor and then drop the motor in. But I just didn't do it. So, shame on me. But that's what I got to do underneath here, and I want to hook up the starter. So, when you see me underneath here, I'm going to try to set up a camera on here if I can. And that's what I'm working on. Here we go. Okay. All right. Before here we go. Remember I was telling you there's 3? I only showed you 2. Here's the 3rd one right here. It comes here, and it mounts, and it fastens right to the frame right there. So it actually grounds the body to the frame. I forgot to show you that. Now here we go. All right, guys, I just want to show you where we are. The starter's all hooked up, if you can see it down there. If you can. It's all hooked up, ready to go. I'll show you that clip I was talking about. Down underneath here. All right. Now. Oh, gosh. Now, if you can see all the way up in there, where that, it's right. See if I can get this in here. That's so tough to do. Right where that flashlight's shining, that's the bolt. That's where you put that clip on, and that holds the wires away from the headers and the exhaust system so nothing gets burnt. It's a real pain in the butt to do, but it's well worth it. You know, it could save you a tremendous problem down the road. So I just wanted to show you that. I'm going to stop for a second. I'm pretty much going to call it a day because I'm just wiped out. And we'll go over the car. And I'm sure there's going to be things that I forget. Alrighty, so I'll be right back. Alright, guys, it's the end of the day. It wasn't a long day, but we got a decent amount done. I was kind of dragging my butt a little bit. Like I said, I'm a little under the weather. But I wanted to keep moving on and just try to get some stuff done on this. You know, a little bit at a time. You can get them done. So let's go over what we did, if I can remember it all. Alright, so we got the carburetor on, the air filter. We put the linkage on. I fixed these clips right here. They were terrible. They were put in the wrong way. We put the automatic shifter linkage and everything. That's all in, hooked up to the tranny. That's done. The starter's all hooked up down in there. That's all finished. We hooked up the heater core hoses, the fuel lines, you know, things like that. So I didn't get a lot done today. I was hoping to get more done today, but I was just dragging my butt. Sorry. But tomorrow's a new day, and we'll keep plugging away tomorrow. Tomorrow, game plan, man, I tell you, we could probably get this car really close to being started tomorrow, provided I don't have any problems with the electrical underneath the dash, which I know is going to be a problem. I already saw it already. But, you know, I think we can get it really close to getting started tomorrow. Hopefully have the fan on, the shroud, the radiator, the heater hoses, all that stuff. I'll put the new voltage regulator, horn relay, you know, all new stuff. I'm just going to change it all over. So I'm just trying to avoid a problem, hopefully. But you know, that was pretty much it. You know, I haven't been, you know, really working on the car the last few days because I've been just so worn down. And today was a day I actually kind of felt pretty decent. I'm like, you know what? Let's get started on this. So that's pretty much it with the car. But I wanted to keep you posted on where we were with scraps. And it's slowly getting there. It really is. I'm going to do the body work probably, I don't know, maybe by the end of the week I might start on the body work. Provided I can get it, if I can get the car up and running, game on. I think, you know, this car will really start to come together fairly fast. So we'll see. I mean, I think I'm going to do a headliner in the car. I got to get a new seat for the back. I got to fix the inner and outer wheel houses down towards the bottom where the rockers are. Just, there's a bunch of metalwork that's got to get done on this car. And that's okay. It's all right. It'll get done. But sometimes, like I say, I'm like a puppy. I just bounce back and forth from things. And I was just kind of taking a break from the body work because I really want to kind of see if we can get this thing started. So we'll see. But that's pretty much it. I'm not going to keep babbling. As always, I appreciate you guys watching, and you guys take care of yourselves.